Tom Cruise exploded on set, and celebrities are defending him. Tom Cruise is one of the most popular A-list celebrities out there today. He works as both an actor and a producer, and is widely recognized as one of the highest-paid actors in the entire world today. Altogether, the films that he has appeared in have grossed over $4 billion in North America, as well as a total of $10.1 billion in the world. Tom Cruise was born on July 3, 1962. And when he was just 18 years old, he moved from New Jersey to New York, with the goal of pursuing his dreams as an actor. Sadly, the only job he was able to land in New York was that of a busboy. So he packed up and took his aspirations to Los Angeles, where he was far more successful. He was lucky enough to land a contract with a creative artist agency and was given roles in film. His first role was in the 1981 film Endless Love, and later in the year, he was granted a larger role in the film Taps. Tom Cruise then landed a role in the classic 1983 film The Outsiders. And before long, he was starring in the films Risky Business and All the Right Moves. Of course, the movie that would truly make him a superstar was the 1986 film Top Gun, where he captivated people all over the world while playing the role of Maverick. Women swooned over his cool guy attitude and handsome face, and men couldn't help but want to be just like him. He was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actor or Best Supporting Actor in 3 films: Born on the 4th of July, Jerry Maguire, and Magnolia. While he unfortunately never won any of these awards, he did win 3 Golden Globe Awards for these very same films. He has also been granted numerous other accolades, including a Britannia Award, 2 Empire Awards, and 1 Critics' Choice Movie Award. Lately, he's begun producing films more and more frequently, often while also starring in them. As the leading man of the Mission Impossible series, he's got his hands full, especially considering all the chaos that has surrounded the year 2020. As suave and impenetrable as he was as Maverick in his most iconic role, real people can't stay calm, cool, and collected at all times. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into the leaked audio recording that revealed Tom Cruise's huge meltdown on the set of Mission Impossible. Make sure you stick around because we're also going to reveal which celebrities have been defending his actions. Under pressure. Unfortunately, the stresses of quarantine and a global pandemic have been deeply affecting us all. Many people have gone countless months without seeing their beloved families, and still others have lost loved ones due to the deadly pandemic. This is a hard time for everyone. But in a moment when we should all be coming together to help one another, it seems we are only becoming more divided. A lot of this stems from people who are doing their part to wear masks and socially distance from others, clashing with those who do not. It's incredibly difficult to stay inside so often, and it's even harder to not be able to hang out with friends the way you used to. However, not everyone is taking the virus as seriously as they should be. This has caused a lot of tension in the world, some of which just boiled over on the set of Tom Cruise's latest film. Tom Cruise's angry rant. Tom Cruise has been starring in and producing the latest Mission Impossible film in London. As you can probably imagine, filming conditions have changed drastically since the guidelines that have been put in place for safety reasons. However, not everyone on the set of Mission Impossible was complying with protocol. One crew member managed to be recording when Tom Cruise saw 2 people standing too close together on set. He responded immediately by saying, "If I see you do it again, you're bleeping gone." He then continued for another 3.5 minutes, filled with expletives and rage. The biggest message he had to share with the crew members was that their rash behavior could cost lives as well as jobs. He angrily explained that working on an A-list film meant that the eyes of the world were watching them. If there were to be a coronavirus outbreak on set, countless people would lose their jobs. The film industry supplies so many jobs to people, and it's not just actors and directors. Lighting technicians, film editors, sound editors, and hundreds more jobs are filled by people who struggle to put food on the table. So many people have already lost their jobs due to COVID, and Tom Cruise was adamant that that should not happen because people weren't following CDC guidelines on the set of his film. The audio recording was still filled with rage, however, and the release of the clip sparked controversy and heated debates. While some people were understandably shocked and upset by Tom Cruise's outburst, others leaped to his defense. Whoopi Goldberg's defense. Whoopi Goldberg had a measured response to Tom Cruise's anger. In an interview with The View, she said, "You know, some people don't understand why he would get so angry. I get it. After all, this isn't just a matter of public safety. It's also about respect. Tom Cruise is working as the producer of the film, which means the cast and crew members should be following his instructions. Because he had already made it very clear to the other people working on the film what their social distancing expectations were, it's understandable that he'd become so upset to see them violating that rule, and therefore, his trust." Secondly, this recording is only a small example of what's been going on during filming. While it's possible that Tom Cruise's anger was a one-time thing, it's more likely that people violating the social distancing rules was a recurring problem. If Cruise repeatedly saw people break the rules that were endangering people's lives and jobs, it's completely natural for him to become increasingly upset. And if someone broke that rule one too many times, a rage-filled outburst does make sense. While it's not acceptable to lose control, Whoopi Goldberg saw that it was still understandable. Whoopi Goldberg wasn't the only celebrity to defend Tom Cruise's actions. Make sure you stick around until the very end, where we'll reveal the sympathy that George Clooney had to offer the situation. And if you're enjoying this video so far, please take a moment to like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to Trender for more. The other side. While Whoopi Goldberg did publicly defend Tom Cruise, not everyone agreed. American television host Sarah Haynes had a differing opinion, stating only a Tom Cruise on a set could get away with that. You should never speak to grown adults like the way he just did. Haynes brought up the interesting point that such an angry outburst is easily excused for people in positions of such power. But if someone other than Tom Cruise had started yelling at their coworkers, they would have likely faced serious repercussions. Unfortunately, a lot of important actors, producers, directors, and other important people in the film industry use their positions to get away with inappropriate actions. Ridiculing people in front of the entire cast and crew is bound to be embarrassing. Even if you're in a higher position than someone else, Haynes brought up the point that everyone deserves to be treated with respect. At the end of the day, it may have been more mature for Tom Cruise to take the two crew members aside and have a private yet serious discussion with them. George Clooney's defense. When George Clooney weighed in on the situation, he said that he understood why Tom Cruise reacted the way he did, explaining that being in a position of power is incredibly difficult. He mentioned that Tom Cruise has a lot more pressure on himself to keep everyone on the set safe. However, Clooney also added that he would not have chosen to respond in the manner that Tom Cruise did. "I wouldn't have done it that big," he explained. "I wouldn't have, pulled people out. It's just not my style to, take everybody to task that way." Still, Clooney was sympathetic to his colleague. A lot of other defenders of Tom Cruise's behavior have also noted that yelling on set is not an unnatural occurrence. On the set of a film where tensions are running high, there's bound to be a few meltdowns here and there. While it is considered a far more aggressive approach, it's not uncommon to find a producer who yells at their cast and crew. People have a lot of mixed opinions on Tom Cruise's angry outburst. What do you think? Do you believe Tom Cruise's rant was justified? Or do you think it was inexcusable? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Trender